we got to talk about Travis Kelce bumping into Andy Reid. This was a big thing that we talked about with Megyn Kelly yesterday, was making the round, so we might as well talk about it on our show.
Yeah, let's go ahead and play the clip real quick. This is Travis Kelce getting into it with Andy Reid.
He goes, keep me in. What happened is, on the fumble, he was not in the game. Noah Gray went in.
He looks just like Jason right there in the face. Here's what I'll say. Look, there's a huge difference between the way that college football relationships are with coaches and players as opposed to the NFL, right? That's no surprise. Everybody knows that. There's not a whole lot of yelling from coach to player in the NFL. A lot of times the players are making more than you. We've seen guys get emotional. We've watched Tom Brady freak out on the sidelines. We've watched Patrick Mahomes freak out on the sidelines. We've watched Stephon Diggs and guys freak out on the sidelines. But it goes to a new level. And I don't think Travis Kelce meant to almost knock Andy Reid over.
No, I don't.
I think he wanted to go get close to him. It almost looks like he's grabbing him, and his pads hit him because his pads are extended out and kind of, caught Andy Reid by surprise. But when you put your hands on somebody, now that takes it to a whole different level, right? Just inherently as a man. It's one thing if me and you are arguing, if we're yelling at each other, if we're talking a little bit loud to each other, but the minute you put your hands on me or I put your hands on you, or my hands on you, now we've entered a new arena of at any point in time, anything can happen because you've crossed a line. That's a line that, again, once you do cross it, it's tough to get back from. I think Andy Reid handled this really well.
Yeah.
If I'm Andy Reid, I wouldn't be too. I would rather have my guys care so much that they want to come over to me and tell me what they really think at that level. Obviously not push me, but again, I don't think it was that intentional. You just got to be careful, man, because putting your hands, there was an old rule when I had in coaching, and I learned it from one of the coaches I respect the most. You don't put your hands on them, they don't put their hands on you. Mm-hmm. That's the bottom line. So I'm sure, now they won the narratives.
The narrative is
different. We're a tough team and it's emotional, this, that, and the other. I wasn't as worried about this as a lot of people.
I feel like situations like this are why it's so important to live your life in the right way most of the time, because you've built up equity. If this were a guy like Antonio Brown, yes, I think the situation is completely different. If you have a guy who's constantly a problem all the time and then yelling at a coach. But when I saw this, we already know it's on record how much respect Travis Kelce has for Andy Reid. So in moments like this, when I see the Chiefs playing the way they were in the first half, completely pedestrian, underperforming in every way imaginable, I just see this as a guy, and I was wondering too, like, why isn't Travis Kelce on the field for some of these bigger moments? Of course, Andy Reid's one of the greatest coaches of all time. He has reasoning for this, but I saw this situation as, man, Andy Reid was probably the most excited person to see one of his guys getting fired up to, hey, let's show some emotion. I don't think he meant to run into him. He probably just told him, hey, I love the passion. Maybe just keep that 6 feet of social distancing.
Yeah.
You're the Pfizer guy.
Andy tried to grab him.
It doesn't matter. Like, the intention, I don't think he intentionally did it, but I don't think that makes it okay, right? I mean, first of all, Andy Reid's a 65-year-old man. He's not a 35-year-old guy walking around. And Andy Reid's the type of guy to me to where, he's back in the back room, eating pasta, smoking a cigar, getting a couple guys to go take care of the business later.
Yeah.
Andy's always been that type of guy to me. But at no point is this okay if you're Travis Kelce. If you fell into it or whatever it is, you should receive a fine and you should pay the punishment. Emotion and football, they coexist together. They're of one. But there's levels to it. Doesn't matter middle school, high school, college, NFL. You never put your hands on another man because that's when situations get weird. I love the emotion if you're Travis. Hell, he had 1 yard in the first half and 2 targets. Trust me, as a guy who had him over 70.5 yards for the game, I needed the emotion.
You hit.
Getting that in the second half.
Blaine pushed me halfway through.
But at no point is this a good look for Travis Kelce, or at no point is this okay if you're Travis Kelce.
Well, I thought you can really tell how good their relationship is. The minute that Travis kind of bumped him, Andy went to grab Travis to talk to him. There wasn't like a,
there's no hate.
Like, how dare you?
Actually, you were talking about Coach Reid's comments after the game. I think part of what he said was there's no guys I understand more than Travis Kelce. I think part of that is that old school offensive lineman mentality there.
Yeah, look, Andy Reid, you seen how big Andy Reid was when he's 12 years old? I know he's 65, but I mean, he was as big as Travis Kelce when he was 12. Go look at those punt, pass, and kicks. I mean, he looks like Shrek.
Yeah, that's true.
YouTube, what's up? We are 1,000 subs away from 120K. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't. We really, really appreciate it. Check out all our content. Hit that like button, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when we drop content.